Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining Jeff and I today on our webcast. It's a beautiful Wednesday afternoon. It's about 22 degrees here and sunshiny.
Sonny, you sound like a pilot.
That's funny.
Before we get started, do you want to say anything about that interesting lady we had lunch with, or do you have to be maybe a client to hear about that?
Well, which angle would you like to, what would you like to discuss?
Well, just that we had lunch with a very interesting person on Sunday, and she has she's interesting by herself, but she's also fascinating because of all the people she knows or knew.
Hmm.
She was
Hmm.
roommates with Marilyn Monroe in the 50s. She was friends with Frank Sinatra, Joe DiMaggio. And what
A
I
lot of
thought was so
people.
interesting
Hmm.
is that in her apartment, she's got a bust of Frank Sinatra. She said three of them were made. One's in the White House, one's with Nancy Sinatra, and she's got the third.
Yeah,
So,
it's
anyways, if you're a
amazing.
client, ask about it and we'll tell you more.
Yeah. So today we're going to talk changing gears. Today we're going to do a webcast about the Mullen Group.
Mhm.
So I guess not long ago we did a blog and a webcast on insider trading. And there's many reasons for people to sell a stock, but maybe only one reason to buy a stock.
Mhm.
And we found back in May, insiders at the Mullen Group were buying the stock aggressively. So I'll just go through some of the numbers here. Murray Mullen bought 3.8 million. The CFO bought about 322,000. One of the directors bought 127,000. So we ended up buying the same month, we ended up purchasing some of the stock as well. And we paid a price of 12.96 and on May 31st, and it's now about up about 17%. So not too bad.
Yeah, I'm happy with the performance. And I really like
Hmm.
listening to the conference calls for this company because Murray Mullen gives you very blunt assessments of the Canadian economy. And he said right now there's no growth. So the only way for Mullen Group to grow their profits, their revenue is through acquisition. And
Hmm.
they have the balance sheet to do so. They own their own real estate. The historical cost on the real estate they own is about 50% of their market cap. And of course, that never shows up in their quarterly earnings. But the bond market loves the fact that they own their own real estate because if they want to go and raise some debt to buy a bunch of small trucking companies, they can do so. And it's easy for them to proceed with that. This is the environment to be making acquisitions because it's a no growth economy and they're able to raise financing when other companies would have more or are having more difficulty. So we really like that about this firm. They IPO'd in 1993. Since then, they've bought 80 trucking companies. So they're
Hmm.
very skilled at buying their competitors, reducing the costs, and by doing so, that makes their margin improve. So this is a very interesting firm. They don't pay too much either to make acquisitions. In 2022 or 2022 and 2023, when the market was at its peak, they were hardly buying anything. So they're very
Yeah.
disciplined and
And the dividend yield is decent. It's at 5.8%.
mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
so you get paid to wait, and stock's done quite well the last two quarters. They've come out with earnings, and the same day they've released their numbers, or the next day, stock went up 9% both times. So, as what was the price we paid for this?
96, May
12.96.
31st.
Okay,
Right.
and today it's over $15. So we're up about 17%. But yeah, that
Hmm.
dividend, I mean, that's you're being paid to wait. So I really like this company, and I think they'll make good acquisitions and they'll grow that way. And they've got a long history of doing so. And we've got great faith in Murray Mullen and his team.
Hmm.
And we should
We
say
do.
we own it for clients across the board where it's suitable. And for new clients that we're signing up, we're still buying the stock at this price.
Hmm.
So,
Okay. I
all
think
right,
that
covers it.
short and sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Sonny, we'll talk
Okay.
next week.
Talk to you soon.